Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're making this really cute pumpkin. It's a great decoration for Halloween and it's super easy, and it includes making lots of single crochets. I also have different videos of Halloween decorations that you can check out. I'll leave a link to that playlist below. To begin, let's go over the materials needed. We're using green and orange yarn, which is an acrylic yarn, scissors, 2.75mm crochet hook, and crochet needles. All right, let's begin. For the first part of the pattern, we're going to be using the orange yarn. Let's make a magic ring. And then 6 single crochets inside the magic ring. Insert the hook into the magic ring, grab the yarn, pull it through until you have 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through both. So that's 1. We need total of 6. Yarn over, pull through 2, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, and here is the last single crochet. So we have total of 6 single crochets. Let's tighten the ring by pulling on the tail end, and this little circle forms. What we're going to do next is connect to that first single crochet with a slip stitch. So carefully insert the hook, grab the yarn, pull through, and pull through the loop 2. That's the completion of round 1. For the next round, we're going to do 2 single crochets in each stitch. So insert the hook in the first, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and now we're going to do 1 more in the same stitch. Insert the hook, grab the yarn, pull through, and pull through both. So that's 2 single crochets in the first stitch. Because we're using a lot of single crochets, I forgot one important tool that I use when things are super repetitive and they all look somewhat the same, and it is this little thing. Okay, so we're going to mark that first stitch, because frequently what happens when you go in a circle over and over again with the same exact stitch, you can't tell where you began, or you can tell, but it's a little bit not so easy to spot. So I'm just gonna mark where my first stitch is with this. Now let's continue. 2 single crochets into that second stitch from the previous round. 1 and 2, and same thing again, 2 single crochets into the next stitch. And we have 2 more stitches left to fill, so let's move to the next one. Single crochet and 1 more in the same stitch, and 2 more single crochets into that last stitch. Let's release here and then connect with a slip stitch to that first single crochet we did. And that is our round 2 completed. For the next round, we're going to make a total of 18 single crochets around. So we will be increasing. What that means is we're going to do 1 single crochet into the first stitch, and then we'll increase, and what that means is we're going to do 2 single crochets in the next stitch. So yarn over, that's 1, and then we'll do 1 more in the same stitch. So we did 1 and then 2 single crochets. Again, what I'm going to do is mark my first one so I don't lose it. It was right here. And then we continue. 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and then we increase and we make 2 single crochets in the following stitch. And then 1 in the next stitch, and then 2 in the following stitch. Again, 1 single crochet in the next stitch, followed by 2 in the following stitch. One, 2. Then we have 2 more stitches left. We have 1 into this one, and then 2 in the last stitch. This is a little bit on the way, so I'll remove it. And I have 1 more single crochet left into the last stitch. All right, let's connect with a slip stitch into that first single crochet we made. And that concludes round 3. So for the next round, round 4, we're going to make a total of 24 single crochets. And the way that's going to work is we're going to make 1 single crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. Single crochet in the first, then single crochet into the second, and then we increase. What that means is we make 2 single crochets in the third, in the next stitch. So 1 and 2. I'm going to go back and mark my first stitch. So I've made 4 so far. That's right here. Okay, so we made 2 single crochets in that third stitch. We're going to continue by making 1 single crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. 1, 1, and now we're going to make 2 single crochets in the next stitch. That would be the increase. To continue, let's make a single crochet, 1 in each of the next 2 stitches. And then increase by making 2 single crochets in the next stitch. So 1 and 1 more in the same stitch. Let's keep repeating that. 1, 1, and then 2 in the next stitch. And then 1 single crochet, and then 1 more single crochet in the next stitch, and then 2 single crochets in the following stitch. 1 single crochet in this stitch, 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and lastly 2 single crochets in this last stitch of this round. Then we connect with a slip stitch, and that concludes round 4. So as you can see, it's starting to curve. For round 5, so we're still increasing. The way that's going to work is we're going to make 1 single crochet in the first 3 stitches. So 1 single crochet in the first stitch, 1 single crochet in the second stitch, 1 single crochet in the third stitch, and then increase by making 2 single crochets in the next 4th stitch. So 2 single crochets, 1, then go back in the same stitch, and that's 2. So far we've made 5, total 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to mark that first one I made, and then we repeat the same pattern. So single crochet in the next 3 stitches, then 2 single crochets to increase in the following. So 1, 1, 1 more, and now 2 single crochets in this stitch. 1 and 1 more in the same. And let's repeat that again. 1, 1, 1, 2. 1, 1, and increase. 2. No, my yarn is getting tangled. Don't you hate when that happens? Let's continue. So we just made 2 single crochets in 1 stitch, which means that we're gonna continue by making 1 single crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. So 1 more in the next stitch, and 1 more in the following stitch, and then we are back to increasing, so 2 single crochets into this following stitch. Okay, it's back to making a single crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. And 2 single crochets in the following stitch to increase. Okay. Let's connect with a slip stitch to that first single crochet, and now for the round 6 we're going to do a single crochet in each stitch, so we're not increasing, we're not decreasing. when I went around, I counted all my stitches and I noticed that I'm currently on the 28th, and actually I only have one stitch left. So that means I probably missed one somewhere and I did not increase. So what I'm going to do is just make 2 single crochets in this last one to make 30. It's really not a big deal if you miss one stitch somewhere. Let's make a slip knot at the end. In this case, I'll just correct myself. Not a big deal. Now, if you miss more than one, it might start looking a little bit crooked, but one shouldn't be an issue. So now I have total of 30 single crochets around, and as you can see, I'm starting to form half a sphere. From here on, I'm actually going to start decreasing. So to do that, that would be round 7. I'm going to make 24 single crochets around, and the way that's going to work is I'm going to start by making a single crochet in the first 4 stitches. So 1, 2, so that's a single crochet in the next stitch, 3, 4, and I will mark again my first stitch, and then I'm going to decrease. What that means is that instead of going here in the next single crochet from the previous round, I'm going to skip one and go and make a single crochet in the following stitch. So that's decreasing. Again, I'm going to make 4 single crochets. So that's 1 in each of the next 4 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then decrease again. Skip one and then go into the next one and make a single crochet. Again, we repeat the same thing. 1 single crochet in each of the next 4 stitches. That's 2, 3, 4, and then decrease. Skip one, go into the next one, single crochet. And again, 1 single crochet in the next 4 stitches. 2, 3, 4, and then decrease. Skip one, go into the next one. One, oops, 2, and now I can remove this guy. And then slip stitch into that first. That completes round 7. For round 8, we have to make a total of 18 single crochets around. What that means is we're going to do 1 single crochet in the first 3 stitches and then decrease. So again, let's do 1 single crochet in the first, single crochet in the second. Let me go back and mark. My first stitch. There you go. So we've done 2 single crochets so far. We need 1 more in the next stitch. And then decrease. So to decrease, we skip this one. And then we go into the next one. Okay, again, single crochet in the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and then decrease. So skip 1, go into the next one. And back to doing a single crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. Skip 1, decrease, and back to making a single crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and decrease, so skip 1, go into the next one, single crochet, and then back to making 1 single crochet into the next 3 stitches, so in each one. 2, 3, and slip stitch into the first. Okay, so that concludes round 8. For round 9, we're going to make a total of 12 single crochets. What I'm going to do is pull this guy out because he's on my way. Okay, I'm going to use this yarn a little bit later in the process when I start adding this stalk. We are going to do 12 single crochets in total, and the way it's going to work is we're going to make 1 single crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. So 1, 2, and then decrease. So skip 1, hook in the following, and then we make a single crochet. And then we repeat again. Let me mark my stitch. So here's my first stitch. So it's actually much easier if you use a different color. I just picked this one up because it was the closest one to me, but it's fine, it all works. So again, 1 single crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. 1, 2, skip 1, and then hook inside the following one, make a single crochet, that would be the decrease. Again, 1 in each of the next 2 stitches. And then decrease, skip 1, hook into the following one. One single crochet in this one, 1 single crochet in the next one, skip 1 to decrease, and go into the next one. single crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. And remove this guy, and let's make a slip knot. All right, so this is where we are. At this point we can stuff it in. I'm going to use a little bit of pillow stuffing, but you can also use some yarn scraps or fabric if you prefer. There we go. So from here on you can continue crocheting. The way it's going to work for the next round, this would be round 10, is we're going to make a total of 6 single crochets, and again we're decreasing. We're going to do 1 single crochet into the next stitch, and then decrease. So skip this next stitch, go into the following, and then grab the yarn, pull through, and make a single crochet. Again, we're going to do a single crochet in the next stitch, and then decrease 1 more time. So skip 1, go in the next one, and make a single crochet. I'm just holding the stuffing in because it's easier for me to see and not catch it with my hook. So again, single crochet in the next stitch, and then decrease. Skip this one, and then go into the next one. Single crochet in the next stitch, and decrease again. So skip this one, go in the next one, and do a single crochet, and 1 more single crochet in the next stitch. We now have this much smaller hole at the top. What I'm going to do is sew in the rest. So I'm going to pull some yarn out, pretty decent amount of it, and then continue sewing in. So grab one of your crochet needles, and then thread the yarn. And we're going to close this side by simply going around. So I'm going to go into the first stitch, then skip 1, go into the next one, skip 1, go into the next one, and once you pull it will start closing. Skip 1, go here, and that's it. We've closed the top, and now what we need to make is these creases, and that will happen by again sewing in. Place the needle all the way in, and if you pull on it, it starts bending, and we're going to go over to the side, back in the middle, all the way to the other side, and then pull. Now if you use a yarn that is easy to break, this could be an issue, so I would recommend using a little bit stronger yarn for these kind of patterns. So that's 1, Cotton yarn is pretty strong usually. I want to move this one a little bit. Yep, there you go. 3. I lost it. 4. And I want to make one more, and I should have left a little longer piece of yarn at the end. I went too short. Now it's going to be a little bit harder for me to pull on this. I think I made it. And you can adjust if it's not in the right place. Move it over a little bit before you tighten it. Okay, and pull on the tail end, and I'm going to tighten it by making a knot with that other tail end. So pull and make a knot, and maybe make a double knot. Okay. And there. Now what you can do is hide these tail ends. Let's do that a little bit easier. Just gonna gently pull on these and cut it as close as possible. And then just massage it a little bit around, and they'll go back in. And there. Now we have one last thing to do, and it's the stalk. For that, I'm going to use the same kind of yarn but green. And to do that, I will start with a slip. So let's make 5 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then from here, I will do 2 single crochets in the second chain. So this is the first, this is the second chain. This is the first chain, this is the second chain. This is where we're gonna make 2 single crochets. So we're working backwards. 1, 2. Do the same thing in the next chain, 2 single crochets. Again, 2 single crochets in the next one. 1, 2, and 2 single crochets in the last one. 1 and 2. Here you have this curve. All right, let's pull the yarn out. Again, pull enough. And we're going to use the crochet needle for this part. So you are going to connect to the first chain right here to kind of bend it and make it into a little circle. So let's do that a couple of times. From here, we're going to sew that on top of the pumpkin. Needle in the middle. Ouch. Pull it. Do the same thing with the other tail. And there. As you can see, I didn't put both tail ends through the middle. I'm going to close it, tie it, so it's more secure. And then I will hide these. Insert my needle kind of this way, and then thread both yarns in the needle. Pull from the other side. I guess one did not go in, that's okay. Do it separately. And now all you have to do is pull these out a bit, cut it as close as possible. So there, you've got these really cute pumpkins. They're very easy to make, take a little bit of time, but all crochet does. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel to support it. All the materials are listed in the description of the video if you're interested in making your own. I post these little crochet projects weekly, so make sure you subscribe. See you next time.